to take place November 2nd, 2019, live on DAZN worldwide from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. That event, of course, will be streamed live on DAZN, the biggest platform in boxing, at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Tickets went on sale this morning. You can get those now before they run out. To charge with your phone or your credit card, 1-888-9-AXS-TIX, and you can go online to AXS.com. We'd also like to thank our sponsors for the event: Tecate, the official beer of boxing; Hennessy, Never Stop, Never Settle; and brand new Grapefruit Crush Knockout flavor. We would like to welcome up our panel sitting with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, put your hands together. Former 6th Division World Champion, one of boxing's pound-for-pound all-time greats, Chairman and CEO of Golden Boy Promotions, the Golden Boy himself, Oscar de la Hoya. Legendary fighter and Golden Boy business partner, also a Hall of Famer, the Executioner, Bernard Hopkins. This event again taking place at MGM Grand Garden Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada, home of boxing for many years and hosted many historic fights throughout the ages. Here to represent the venue is Richard Stern, president of Las Vegas Live Entertainment and Sports. And once again, streamed live worldwide on DAZN. Here to represent DAZN is Joseph Markowski, executive vice president of DAZN North America DAZN. We'd also like to introduce a person whose legendary company promoted fighters such as Evander Holyfield, Pernell Whitaker, Meldrick Taylor, Lennox Lewis, and Fernando Vargas. Now Main Events is promoting Sergey Kovalev. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the CEO of Main Events, Kathy Duva. And we'd like to welcome undefeated lightweight, a rising superstar in the ranks out of High Desert, Apple Valley, and Victorville, California, Ryan Garcia. One of the most powerful managers in boxing. He manages Vasily Lomachenko, Alexander Usyk, and of course, Sergey Kovalev. Please welcome the 2018 Boxing Writers Association of America Manager of the Year, Igis Klimas. Our next participant is a former world champion in his own right. He trained and developed several world champions and now guides Kovalev in the most lucrative fight of his career. Please welcome James Buddy McGirt. 2018 WBC Trainer of the Year. He trains Ryan Garcia and Oscar Valdez. Please welcome the manager and head trainer of Canelo, Eddie Reynoso. Now we'd like to introduce a man who has guided Canelo since he was 13 years old. Please welcome his co-trainer and manager, Jose Chepo Reynoso. And now, ladies and gentlemen, after his stellar amateur career, this man began his professional career where he knocked out everyone in sight. He beat the likes of Nathan Cleverly, Jean Pascal, and Bernard Hopkins, while fighting in tough battles against Andre Ward and Elider Alvarez. Please welcome the 3-time world champion, the current WBO light heavyweight world champion from Russia, Sergey Crusher Kovalev. And I would like to introduce the face of boxing and the pound-for-pound king. He's faced the likes of Sugar Shane Mosley, Austin Trout, Alfredo Angulo, Miguel Cotto, Gennady Golovkin, Liam Smith, and Danny Jacobs. Now he'll look to become a 4-division world champion, the 4th ever from Mexico, and just the 2nd ever Mexican to win a world title in the light heavyweight division. The WBC and WBA magazine middleweight world champion from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, Saúl Canelo Álvarez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium, Oscar de la Hoya.
Gracias, gracias. El boxeo mexicano, en una potencia en este deporte, atraviesa por un buen momento y sus arcas, como siempre, están llenas de talento. Actualmente sobresale el nombre del carismático peleador tapatío Saúl Canelo Álvarez, cuya trayectoria ha estado llena de retos, y el próximo 2 de noviembre no será la excepción, cuando busque obtener su cuarta corona mundial en distintas categorías. Álvarez, orgullo de Guadalajara, Jalisco, México y del mundo entero, buscará realizar una histórica hazaña cuando se mida al tremendo noqueador ruso Sergey "Crusher" Kovalev por el centro mundial semicompleto de la OMB, en uno de los combates más esperados por los exigentes aficionados del arte de Fistiana. En el caso específico de Canelo Álvarez, si logra ese campeonato mundial semicompleto, como todos los esperan, ingresaría a una corta pero sólida lista de tan solo 3 monarcas mundiales aztecas en 4 categorías: Eric el Terrible Morales, Juan Manuel Márquez y Jorge el Travieso Arce. A diferencia de Morales, Márquez y Arce, Canelo es el único pugilista mexicano en capturar sus 3 centros mundiales en divisiones de más tonelaje, como lo son el super welter, mediano y super mediano. Y para visualizar la potencia hazaña de Canelo, si derrota a Kovalev, los estadounidenses Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas the Hitman Hearns y el jamaicano Mike the Body Snatcher McCallum son los únicos peleadores Salón de la Fama en capturar el título mundial semicompleto tras haber sido monarcas welter como Leonard y Hearns, super welter como McCallum y mediano y super mediano. Finalmente, y como dato especial, hay que recordar que Julio González, ex olímpico de Atlanta en 1996, es el único mexicano en capturar la faja de las 175 libras, cuando venció al invicto polaco Dariusz Malkowski por el mismo centro que posea Sergey Kovalev. Así que esta pelea, el 2 de noviembre, va a ser una pelea fuerte, una pelea difícil, una pelea explosiva, pero esperemos que todo el mundo grite ¡Viva México! On November 2nd, 2019, Canelo Álvarez will fight Sergey the Crusher Kovalev in a battle that is bound to make history. Canelo of Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, is pound for pound the best and biggest star in boxing, and will take his most notorious challenge yet by moving up 2 weight classes. Kovalev, the native of Kopetsk, Russia, will defend his WBO light heavyweight world title yet again, having just defended it in less than 4 weeks ago. It was an explosive fight, and we know he will bring the same energy and ganas on November 2nd. Previously, he held the unified WBA, IBF, and WBO titles between 2013 and 2016, and the WBO title for a second time from 2017 to 2018. Canelo hopes to become the 4th Mexican to win a world title in 4 divisions, with only others being Eric Morales, Juan Manuel Marquez, and Jorge Arce. One big difference is that Canelo is at a higher weight class, and this opens the possibility for many more matchups and bigger opponents with strong punching and star power. When talking with Canelo about his career goals, he said he wanted to make history and fight the very best, and that's exactly what he's doing. This is why we had to be very strategic and thoughtful in planning out his next fight, and while it may have taken a bit longer than we wanted, we know that it was worth the wait. Canelo has been preparing for this moment, and we know that on November 2nd, he'll rewrite a new chapter in boxing history by becoming the 2nd Mexican ever to win a world title at 175 pounds, the light heavyweight division. The only man to ever do this was Julio Gonzalez when he defeated Darius Miklowski in 2003 to win the WBO light heavyweight world title, the same title that Kovalev currently holds. By winning this title, Canelo will simultaneously hold belts in 3 divisions. As the middleweight king, he holds the WBC franchise belt, WBA lineal and ring magazine world championship. Both Canelo and Kovalev have been ranked as the world's best, and their skills will be put on the test come November 2nd. And this event will be taking place live at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, where the best wars have taken place. Tickets obviously are on sale early tomorrow. And for the fans who can't watch, for the fans who can't go there live, you want to watch it on DAZN. The House of Boxing, the best platform for boxing, is on DAZN. Don't miss it. Together with DAZN, we're committed to making boxing more accessible and affordable by giving fans the best fights without the price of the pay-per-view tag. I also want to thank Main Events Kathy Duva. I want to thank Eric Gomez, my president, who worked tirelessly day in and day out with Kathy Duva, making this fight happen. Great job. We're very proud of you. And historic fights are a hallmark of this company, and Golden Boy Promotions continues to deliver the biggest fights of the year. November 2nd will be no exception, and we expect a great performance by our champion, Canelo Alvarez, as he becomes the new WBO light heavyweight world champion. Gracias.
Next, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Golden Boy Promotions, Bernard Hopkins.
First, I'd like to thank everyone for showing up. I know a little bit about history, and for Canelo to take a big leap from 60 to 75 to dare to be great, to make history, anyone that's not a real educator in boxing of history wouldn't know what I'm talking about right now. But just in case you want to learn, because it's never too late, it's very historic to be in a position of Canelo and wanting to bite off challenges and challenge himself and dare to be great, to make history. And as Oscar said, not only in the Mexican history, but also, I'm going to say, in boxing. Because very few fighters in history have accomplished 60 to 75 and been successful. As you know, you're standing in here in one right now. And so I have a personal feeling about making history because I've been there, done that, and now it's Canelo's time. But to the left, Sergey Kovalev, who I've been in there with, understand what it is to be in there with the Crusher. He's earned that, and I respect it. And I respect him even to the day. And also Buddy McGirt, the teacher, not a trainer. Yeah, there's 90% of trainers in boxing, but teachers are very rare in my sport that I love. So, in closing, enjoy this historic fight and watch Canelo Alvarez, who I call the evil Knievel in boxing, who's taken on the best so far and now taking on the best at light heavyweight. Thank you and enjoy the fight and go to DAZN and subscribe.
Next, ladies and gentlemen, from MGM Grand, the president of Las Vegas Live Entertainment and Sports, Mr. Richard Sturm.
Thank you. And good afternoon to the media and all the fight fans watching today's event live around the world. I'd like to welcome back Canelo Alvarez and Sergey Kovalev, two of boxing's best, to Las Vegas and the MGM Grand. Canelo returns to the ring following his convincing win in May, while Sergey, who is coming off of a knockout win in August, will be fighting in Las Vegas for the first time in more than 2 years. I'd like to give a special thanks to Oscar De La Hoya, Eric Gomez, Robert Kaspari, and the entire Golden Boy promotion staff, Kathy Duver and her team, the DAZN team led by Joseph Markowski, as well as Bob Bennett of the Nevada State Athletic Commission. We look forward to seeing everyone November 2nd in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand, and thank you.
And now the Executive Vice President of DAZN North America, Mr. Joe Markowski.
Thanks, guys. Next week marks 1 year since DAZN launched here in the United States with our first broadcast with Anthony Joshua from London, in just 1 year. And in 1 year's time, I believe we've managed to assemble the best schedule in the history of the sport. Without a doubt, I think many of those on stage and in the crowd will admit that boxing, not just for the fighters, is pretty hard work. Scheduling fights takes time, and we're grateful for the support of many people in the room in helping us do that. But let's just look at where we are in the next 2 or 3 months. Canelo Kovalev, boxing's biggest star, jumping up 2 weight classes, continuing to chase history. Ruiz Joshua, the rematch of, without doubt, the biggest heavyweight upset in some years. KSI versus Logan Paul, bringing millions of new fans to the sport of boxing. Triple G, back in title contention in MSG in a couple of weeks' time. Title unifications, progress, the list goes on for DAZN. I don't think many people in this room would have believed that we would have done that less than a year ago or even a year ago. So on top of the quality of our schedule, let's look at the value. For only $99.99, the price of a pay-per-view not that long ago, you can get all of that content and more into 2020. So our subscribers, many of you who will be in the crowd today, are in for a tremendous end of 2019 and a tremendous year to come on DAZN. To Canelo, we thank you for your continued partnership. And to Sergey, welcome to the DAZN family. We look forward to working together in the next couple of months. Thanks very much, guys, and see you in Las Vegas.
Once again from Golden Boy Promotions, here's Oscar De La Hoya.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to announce that obviously with a major card like this one with Canelo Alvarez and Crusher headlining, we must, and the fans deserve the best undercard possible. So I'm happy to announce that our next big major star in the making will be on the card, and that is Ryan Garcia, who will be fighting on the co-main event. And he's not just fighting anybody. This is a fight you guys wanted. He's fighting Duno. He's fighting Duno. That is a very tough fight. You obviously don't want to miss it. We're very proud to announce that we have a new pact together. And Ryan Garcia, I've already had calls from every major entertainer who is ready to go see your fights in Las Vegas. So without any further ado, let me introduce to you your next superstar, Ryan Garcia.
Hey everybody, thank you for everybody coming. I want to thank the fans for coming out because it's a weekday. You guys didn't need to come here. It's 4 or 5 o'clock. Thank you guys for coming. I'm excited. The co-main event on the biggest card pretty much of the year, but also you got Joshua, but I'm so honored because it's a big night and I get to fight the guy I wanted to fight most. In Romero Duno, everybody, they all said, you know, I was scared and you know, I was worried about him, but now I get the chance to get my respect and to show everybody I'm a real fighter. So everybody stay tuned. This is going to be a big fight. It's going to be a big card. And then you got the main event to close the show. Thank you for everybody for believing me. Thank you for Golden Boy showing me the love. And let's get the job done. Let's get the ball rolling. And let's make history. Thank you.
Next, please welcome the CEO of Main Events, Miss Kathy Duba.
Thank you, Bill. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank DAZN. We're looking forward to a great relationship. And Golden Boy, we've had a long one. And of course, Richard Sturm from the MGM Grand. It's good to be going back. And we at Main Events mostly just look forward to working with all of you on this historic event. But first, I want to give special thanks to Sergey Kovalev and Canelo Alvarez. And that's not just for Main Events. Right now, I'm speaking to both of you as a lifelong boxing fan, not just as Sergey's promoter. There are precious few throwback fighters like Sergey and Canelo in boxing today. Unfortunately, at some point around the turn of the last century, doesn't that sound like a long time ago? Boxing began to lose its way. Certain fighters, TV executives, critics, members of the media became so obsessed with won-loss records that they began to forget that this is a sport. Instead of building a legacy, preserving an O and avoiding unnecessary risk became the goal. And to this day, some fighters are actually praised for it, although it blows my mind. Competition suffered because of that, and so did the whole sport. I remember when the late, great Pernell Whitaker, God rest his soul, would get really upset with my husband, Dan, when Dan tried to give him a little breather. Pete did not want easy fights. He could not get up for them. He wanted a challenge. He wanted to prove that he was the best, not just to the fans and to his opponents, but to himself. When we first met nearly 7 years ago, one of the things that impressed me about Sergey was that he was so adamant that he wanted to test his skills against the very best. He wanted to find out how good he was. Obviously, the fact that we are all sitting here today proves that he still feels the same way about that. And Canelo, I have never met you before today, but I have nothing but respect for you. When reporters ask me to speculate, as they have all day, about why would you want to move up 2 weight divisions and take on a fellow future Hall of Famer like Sergey Kovalev, I tell them that I understand completely. Because a long time ago, Sweet Pea taught me how great fighters think. So thank you so very much to both of you. Canelo, you may have bitten off a little bit more than you can chew, but that's okay. Great fighters, the ones that care more about their legacy than wins and losses, are not afraid to challenge themselves. And win or lose, history will reward you for taking the risk. Someday I have no doubt that both of you will share a place in Canastota. But before then, I look forward to joining millions of boxing fans worldwide as we watch the two of you share the same 20-foot ring in Las Vegas on November 2nd. Okay? And And congratulations, Ryan. You will not be the only spectacular young fighter on the card that night. Also sharing that ring on November 2nd, and I get to announce this today, is another talented, telegenic, well-spoken, absolutely fantastic young fighter with a name that's very familiar to all of you. His name is Evan Holyfield, and he is the son of the great Evander Holyfield, who was at the very beginning of our journey at Main Events. I can't tell you how gratified I am to be able to work with Evander's son after all these years. You're all going to get to see him and meet him and get to know somebody who I think is going to be giving us thrills for a very long time. And we'll be announcing the particulars of his fight soon. Finally, I want to thank Agus Klimas for being one of the finest people I've ever known and continue to be one of the great blessings of my life. Buddy McGirt, I told him yesterday he's starting to turn into George Benton, and I mean that in a good way. He is the key to a change, a revitalization in Sergey's career that makes me so happy to see. This is fun again. I can see it, and it's fun for me too. So November 2nd, DAZN, don't miss it. It's going to be awesome.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the manager of Sergey Kovalev, Mr. Agus Klimas.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Los Angeles. Great day today announcing this big of a fight. I don't think this fight needs to be introduced. When you hear a name, Canelo Alvarez, Crusher Kovalev, it says all about it, what is going to happen on November 2nd. I just wanted to thank everybody who participated in making this fight, making it happening. I don't need to talk about Sergey. He is, everybody knows who he is in the boxing. And regarding Canelo, I don't speak much Spanish, but I know what it means, grandes cojones. Thank you.
Now the trainer of Sergey Kovalev, please welcome Buddy McGirt.
Go, buddy, go.
Good afternoon. I'm going to make it short and sweet. I'm going to say that both these guys are really true champions. I'm going to say to Canelo, I've always admired you. Your trainer, great. He did a great job with you. I got to admit that. You know what I mean? And I really take my hat off to you for having the balls to step up and not have a catch weight, but do what real champions do. Step up to the challenge. Sergey, you know you're my man. I love you to death. I respect you for accepting the challenge because you didn't have to. You could have just fought any of the other champions. So, in all honesty, the only losers are going to be on November 2nd are the people who don't watch the fight and don't come to the fight. Thank you. God bless.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a word from the WBO reigning light heavyweight world champion, Sergey Kovalev.
Hi, everybody. I'm very happy and glad to be here, you know, and back to Los Angeles. And thanks to God and thanks to Canelo personally and his team to make this opportunity to get this fight. I'm really thinks though that this is a very big test for me in my boxing career because this is one of the best fighter in the world in boxing right now, and I'm happy and I'm sorry for my English, but I am excited, really. Thank you very much for your support, and God bless you, everyone. And let's to fight happen. Thank you.
Now the head trainer for Canelo Alvarez, Eddie Reynoso.
Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon.
Antes que nada, quiero agradecer a Golden Boy que hizo todo lo posible por hacer esta pelea a DAZN, que fue una pelea muy difícil de concretarse. Hubo ahí unos detallitos, pero finalmente la pelea ya está.
First of all, I want to extend my gratitude to Golden Boy and DAZN. This was a very difficult fight to make happen, but the fight is now here.
Solo los grandes peleadores y los que dejan huella toman este tipo de riesgos.
Only the big fighters and whomever, the ones that leave a footprint, become these type of fighters.
Conocemos demasiado a Kovalev y sabemos a qué nos estamos enfrentando.
We know Kovalev well, and we know the challenge that we are facing.
Un tremendo boxeador que realmente deja todo arriba del ring, fuerte, con una pegada que de un solo golpe puede terminar una pelea.
A great fighter that leaves everything at the ring, and with a punch he could end the fight.
Sabemos a lo que nos estamos enfrentando, pero queremos dejar huella, queremos que Saúl sea 4 veces campeón mundial y que después de tantos años, de 1938 con Henry Armstrong, no había un peleador que ostentara 3 títulos mundiales en diferentes categorías simultáneamente.
And we know it's going to be a great challenge. We want Saúl to have the 4 championships in this division. We know that since 1938, since this fighter, Henry Armstrong, it has not happened.
Y queremos que sea un mexicano.
And we want it to be a Mexican.
Entonces nos vamos a preparar bastante bien, sabemos a lo que nos enfrentamos y ese día 2 de noviembre, como dijo aquel campeón, los que van a perder van a ser los que no van a ver la pelea. Muchísimas gracias.
We will have a great fight, and like the champion said, the only losers here on November 2nd are the ones who do not watch this fight.
And now Canelo's other trainer, Jose Chepo Reynoso.
Arriba. Buenas tardes a todos y cada uno de ustedes por su asistencia a esta conferencia.
Good afternoon, and thank you to each and one of you to assisting, to being here at this conference.
Me estoy volviendo viejo, nostálgico, romántico, al ver todo lo que está pasando ahorita, ver tanta gente emocionada. No puedo evitar regresarme a los principios.
I'm getting old here. I'm nostalgic, I'm romantic, and I cannot help but remember the beginnings of all this.
Ver todos los triunfos, todas las alegrías que nos ha dado Saúl a mi hijo Eddie y a mí, bueno, eso me hace que se me enchine la piel, y ver todavía lo que falta para el día 2 de noviembre.
To look back and see everything, all the victories that Saúl has given myself and my son Eddie, and everything that's still coming in the future, it makes my skin.
¿Y saben por qué? Porque los Reynoso han estado desde que empezó Saúl. Ya va a ser 15 años de eso.
And you know what? Because the Reynosos have been with Saúl ever since he started, and it's close to 15 years.
Desde que era un niño que llegó al gimnasio.
Ever since he was a child that came to the gym.
Hasta ahora que está a punto de lograr esa hazaña y que va a hacerla seguramente porque estamos muy confiados en ello.
Until this point, that what he has reached to, because we trust that he will gain victory here.
Y yo les pregunto a todos los historiadores, ¿habrá también padre e hijo que llegaron a un 4º título mundial como Chepo y Eddie Reynoso piensan llegar el 2 de noviembre?
And I ask people, the history makers, has there ever been a father and son team that have reached the type of legacy that we've been building? And on November 2nd, we will.
Gracias, Saúl, porque el 2 de noviembre, ya que más puedo pedir con 4 títulos, porque yo también soy parte de eso, y mi hijo también. Gracias, hijo, por todo lo que ha pasado, y viva México. Y los que no puedan ir, cómprenla por DAZN, no la jodan.
And thank you,
Gracias.
Saul, for giving us what you're giving me. Thank you, Son, as well, for giving us the 4 titles. And whomever cannot go, watch it through DAZN.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 3-division world champion, current middleweight king from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. Here is Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Es un placer, José.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to do so.
Muchas gracias a todos por estar aquí, como siempre.
Thank you,
Estoy muy
everyone.
agradecido. Todos los fans, muchas gracias.
Thanks, everybody, for being here. I'm very grateful to all the fans, as always.
La verdad que estoy muy motivado. Para mí es un honor compartir el cuadrilátero con Kovalev, un peleador que lo conocí en el 2012.
I'm very motivated here. It's an honor to me to share the ring with a fighter like Kovalev, whom I met in
Quien
2012.
era peleador de 4 o 6 rounds, me da gusto que haya llegado a donde ha llegado. Hoy nos toca compartir el cuadrilátero, eso es otra historia.
He used to be a fighter, a 4, 6 round fighter, and now we're about to share the ring and make history here.
Sé que va a ser la pelea más complicada de mi carrera.
I know it's going to be my most difficult fight of my profession.
Estoy consciente de eso, sé que va a ser una gran pelea, pero quiero coronarme con un 4º título. Quiero darle ese placer a mis entrenadores, a mi equipo,
I'm aware it's going to be a
a
very
mi familia,
difficult
a mi
fight.
gente. Y voy a hacer todo lo que esté a mi alcance. Voy a poner todas mis habilidades, mi disciplina, para que así sea. Y ese día gritemos, ¡Viva México!
And that day we're going
Gracias.
to put all I'm going to put all my strength and effort and give the best that I have at the ring. And that day we can yell, Viva Mexico.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the press conference. One last time, we will have Kovalev and Canelo with the official stare down. November 2nd, live on DAZN. Catch the official fight. The biggest fight of the year is going down MGM Grand Garden Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada, November 2 of 2019. Canelo and Kovalev, WBO light heavyweight world title on the line. Tickets are available at AXS.com. You can get those before they are gone. A guaranteed sellout November 2nd in Las Vegas. Thanks for coming out today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you at the next Golden Boy event.